Of course, we wish we had Rich Palladino here today, but he did send me all of the notes for commentary. So, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Watertown, New York, weighing in at 195 pounds, this is Blue Thunder, Jay Freddie! And his opponent from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 198 pounds, representing whatever it takes, this is VSK! Referee Chris Bankos calling for the bell, and the first match of Shangri-La Magistral is officially underway. VSK not really want to endear himself to his fellow wrestlers. But what makes this format so interesting is not only do you want to win the match, but you want to win over the support of your fellow peers. They're here to study for upcoming matches, but the networking opportunities from Beyond Wrestling that we started in 2009 basically put us on the map, help us expand rapidly before we ran events permitting fans. And now, of course, with upcoming restrictions, certain events cannot be held with fans on site, and so we return to that format. I expect this to be a very technical contest, giving the edge to Jay Freddie, who has competed in multiple tours in Japan. Of course, VSK, a multi-year veteran of the independent wrestling scene, would love to have some of those same opportunities. Of course, we want you to join the conversation. Hashtag Shangri-La Magistral. Should be coming up predictably on Twitter. We thank everybody that's been helping us promote the show leading into it. Of course, IWTV broadcasting into everybody's home as Freddie intercepting VSK, plucking him out of midair with a Manhattan drop and knocking him down with a clothesline. Quick to go into the cover. And man, it's referee Chris Bankos going to have his work cut out for him today. Officiating 7 scheduled matches. He is our only official. Going to be staying on top of the action. Of course, our crack production team. And to see some of the locals from the outskirts of the Shangri-La studios have joined us.
Beautiful mustache. Don't you dare touch it.
Touch the mustache.
No.
Jay Freddie growing out the follicles above his upper lip in preparation of today's match. His first match since March, where he competed against Brandon Thurston in the scheduled main event of Beyond Championship Wrestling, defending my honor, and I appreciate that. Been able to hash things out with Jerry since then, and hopefully it's something we never have to revisit. VSK looking to send Jay Freddie rebounding off the ropes. Freddie with a reversal of momentum and able to toss VSK over with that hip lock. Freddie looking to continue to create separation, and he lured VSK right into that trap. VSK trying to put his head down to avoid a strike, ended up leaning right into a headlock takeover, and he finds himself precariously positioned shoulders on the mat. Bankos making sure it's not enough to start a pinfall. And VSK trying to wrestle his way back up to his feet. When you control the head, you control the body, and that's what Freddie's doing right here. But VSK is a wily technician. Very underrated. Certainly somebody I would describe as a hybrid wrestler, just as adept at quick high-flying wrestling as he is on the mat. Jay Freddie's going to be a little bit more ground and pound. And again, if it's your first match after 6 months, getting hit in the abdomen is going to knock the wind out of you. It's going to discombobulate you. It's going to make your job of winning a match a lot more difficult. And it seems like VSK is going to continue to target the abdomen of Jay Freddie. Freddie tightening up his physique in the time off. I think that a lot of the athletes on today's show are actually in really good shape. So very proud of the roster that we've assembled here today. But Freddie realizing that he can target the midsection as well. Some of those knife-edge chops are going to drive the air out of VSK's lungs. Freddie comes charging with an elbow drop. We've got no format that we need to follow today. The wrestlers are behind the wheel. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm loving the action that we're seeing so far. Thanking everybody for joining us again on IWTV, hashtag Shangri-La Magistral. Our broadcast brought to you by shopiwtv.com. If you use promo code IWTV100, you're going to save 20% on all orders $100 or more. That's today only. As VSK went to the eyes, now that's a move out of Mark Sterling's playbook, and loosening the ropes in the corner with an attack, a side Russian leg sweep. That's only good for a 2 count. Of course, we've got those turnbuckle pads, which really cover up the actual turnbuckle itself, which almost acts as like the head of a hammer if you get thrown into it. So that all that force with these tightened steel cables that the wrestlers rebound off of that keep the structure of the ring up can be extremely dangerous. Textbook snap suplex. Freddie is reeling right now. Rebounding off the ropes for added momentum, calling a shot, driving the knee to the temple of Jay Freddie. Freddie covering up his face. He doesn't know where his next attack is going to be coming from. We saw the arms placed on the mat that allowed Freddie to twist his hips, get his shoulders off the mat. Now both these competitors going after each other's faces. A bit of scrapping on the mat as VSK pulling Freddie away from the ropes where he could potentially start to recover. The veteran Freddie smart every time he kicks out, knows to get his back off the mat. Of course, that's going to be exerting a little bit more energy, but that's what's necessary. You find your shoulders pinned to the mat for just 3 seconds, and you're losing your return match to professional wrestling. We know that the platform that IWTV has built, there are thousands of people worldwide watching this match here tonight. Even more are going to be watching the replay when it becomes available. And there you see, instead of getting lured into the pissing contest, pardon my French, VSK taking a cheap shot again.
You got 5. So cheap.
Want to thank everybody that's helped Beyond Wrestling over the years get to this point. Would have loved to have had Tanya here in person today, helping with production. Obviously, Rich Palladino, typically the voice of Beyond Wrestling. Paul Crockett and Joey Eastman sitting at home as well. We're going to do our best to provide the best possible broadcast while following guidelines and letting the wrestlers speak for themselves in the ring. VSK, a nasty combination. Freddie crumpling in the center, just a second away from being beaten. So many big matches still to come. We've got Matt Mikowski versus Chris Dickinson, the Bird and the Bee versus the Nuvo Aesthetic, the Rep versus Milk Chocolate, and Max Caster coming in last minute to face Robo the Punjabi Lion. Now we see VSK, just an open hand strike, trying to position Freddie against the ropes. This time Freddie rebounded off, high crossbody right into the pin. Those are the kind of attacks you want to look for. Impact into the pin, no wasted motion. That was Freddie's best attempt to win this match yet. Slingshots himself in, only good for a 2 count. With that sunset flipped attempt, and Freddie gets cut off at the pass. A knee to the breadbasket, as we've seen every single time that VSK attacks the solar plexus. It's been able to weaken Freddie, but Freddie just pushing through the pain. A drop kick stopping VSK in his place. And the wrestlers ringside coming alive. Hey, you're a fan before you become a fighter. Perfect execution on the Northern Lights suplex. Could not hold the bridge.
Come on, you got this. You got this.
Appreciate everybody that's helping share the message of Shangri-La Magistral. Beyond Wrestling's return from the Shangri-La Studios, a super scenic secret location. As VSK connecting with a DVD over the knee and a short kick. Freddie's out. No, he's not.
Come on, Freddie. Come on. Come on, Jay Freddie. Come on now.
Now, of course, one of the critical elements of professional wrestling is when you need to dig deep. If the energy is palpable in the room, you can feed off of it from the fans. You see the wrestlers respecting the craft ringside, but Freddie really needs to get that second win if he's going to want to try and rebound in this matchup. Oh, another open hand, almost a Vader-esque strike. You know, if you break the collarbone, that's the easiest bone in the body to break. It only takes 30 pounds of pressure. A nasty mid-ring collision. Both guys are out. Referee is going to be issuing a 10 count. If both guys stay down, this is going to be ruled a draw. Oh, no! Again, just going to show you how much is on the line. We want to thank everybody again that's following along on social media. The Vegan Rug by Dad says he's loving the noise from the wrestlers at ringside, and we love what you, the fans, are doing to help us with the energy at home as well. Of course, Hot Tub Guy, Deshaun's 2 cents, pointing out this as an old school Beyond Wrestling studio taping vibe, but we were never able to nail it live. exciting part of today's broadcast. Both wrestlers back up to their feet. VSK just fired off a shot to Freddie's jaw. Freddie responding in kind. He's got VSK staggered. He can't lose the momentum. He's got to capitalize on this opportunity. Couldn't do it. Now, one of those lifters, a European uppercut, could lift you right out of your boots. Oh! And holding on to the back of his opponent's neck, no separation, rattling off 4 or 5. But Freddie looking for a backslide. Oh, VSK smart to roll through. Put up his hands, but could not block the majority of that strike. And now a diving European uppercut. Freddie wasting time, pulling his opponent away from the ropes. As the window was taking my headset off. The Shangri-La Studios, gorgeous but unpredictable.
Let's go out of the corner.
VSK was trying to find an escape in the corner, use the ropes to pull himself up, but Freddie was right on top of him. Ooh, that Gamenguri, a front face kick. VSK's out, and Freddie with a backpack stunner. That's it. Freddie, so many classic encounters in 2 CW, and another classic encounter here, but not a victory over VSK. Freddie's tied it up with the legs. Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards, Kevin Steen, the American Dragon. And obviously every wrestler competing here at Beyond Wrestling hopes to achieve that upper echelon of professional wrestling someday. And you know what? If you're watching at home and you like these wrestlers, do everything you can. You can be their biggest cheerleaders because you can help their growth in the wrestling industry, help them reach new heights. Freddie gets shrugged off. Oh, gets caught up in an unusual position on these ropes. And I think the attack in the corner earlier loosened these ropes. Oh no! Could have broken his damn neck. That's it. 1, 2, 3. A variation of a roll of the dice, and VSK is beside himself right now. The human body is not intended to bend like that. VSK knows that. That's why he went for that attack. And that took a lot out of VSK. That's a lot of strength to maneuver your opponent around in such an unnatural position. That could have been it. VSK might be running on fumes right now. And Freddie is barely stirring at all. This could be a mistake. VSK's got his opponent down on the mat. I don't know why he would want to bring him back up, unless it's just to slam him back down. Freddie's out. We've seen Freddie in some serious situations. Uncharted Territory Season 2, him and Brandon Thurston falling off the top rope. Got the paramedics on site, the doctor's clearing him immediately. He wanted to finish the match. Oh! Flush knee strike. Freddie channeling the Great Muta. Again, Freddie competing for the Wrestle One promotion in Japan while they were active, but the brain buster on the knee has shut Freddie down.
Come on.
It's so wild, you know. A lot of times you hear wrestlers talking about, oh, the biggest possible stage, but these wrestlers understand just how important it is when they're competing in front of their peers. What did VSK do right now? VSK's taking off that protective turnbuckle cover for the buckle itself, and now he's trying to remove the pad. He's telling the referee that it blew off because it's Velcro. I never saw that, and the referee's top priority is to keep the wrestlers safe, so he's adjusting that. But VSK is going for something in his ring jacket. Took too much time, rolled up. Bankos is going to get in a position. Oh, almost 15 seconds passing by. Oh, and VSK with a shot to the eyes. I think that was out of the referee's point of vision, and now Jay Freddie's got no vision. Eyes starting to water up as he's favoring that face. What is VSK looking for? Bankos doing the smart thing, wrestling that jacket away, but this is just another trap from VSK. Now, he's caught him. Another running knee. Looking for a double underhook powerbomb. The Shining Wizard, the Tiger Driver, the pin. No! Still. That was a 3 count. I'll tell you what, that's about as close as it's gonna get, and Jay Freddie picking up the decision. The nefarious antics of VSK. And VSK arguing with the official, but I think that he's on Dream Street. I don't even think he knows where he is right now, and I think he may need help. Freddie picking up the victory, just eking it out. And now you see some of the rule breakers on the side of the ring arguing with the official that was just a 2 count. Banco saying the shoulders were down, and Freddie wants his hand raised in victory. And there you see the winner of the match, Jay Freddie. Of course, on site here, the beautiful Shangri-La Studios, a super scenic, secret location, and I think that maybe there's unfinished business between Jay Freddie and VSK. We've got to get some of the wrestlers maybe involved to make sure that this doesn't escalate. That's the last thing we need.
I'm gonna take my mustache, go to the back now.
Jay Freddie is going to go to the back, a hard-earned victory. Again, all it takes is 3 seconds having your shoulder to the mat. And again, today's broadcast brought to you by ShopIWTV.com.